has gone around.
Johnny was at the back of the pack. He had a penalty on that last pit stop.
Yeah, for too fast exiting. So it just has gone from bad to worse.
That'll
for
help.
Johnny.
That'll help.
And then watch Johnny Sauter, that silver truck right here in the middle. Maybe a little bit of help. Yes. And that's the 15 of Tanner Gray. 6th to 4th. And there is Derek Kraus. Problem for the 19.
Oh.
Into the wall. And the caution back out.
You could tell he had some sort of an issue. He had certainly slowed on the racetrack. Obviously either cut down a right front tire.
I was going to say that seemed to be the character climb in, and here it is, the 19 there on the right hand side of your screen, and just got a little bit of a bump from the 25 of Josh Berry.
Yeah, tried to get in the hole in between a couple trucks, and you saw the damage there. He got in the wall with the right front corner down the middle of the straightaway, and I'm sure that tire was coming down and eventually blew out. Tough break though. It looked like he tried to get in front of Josh Berry, and let's ride along with Josh Benson.
Get a good look at it here.
Yeah. You can see Josh is going to try to close that hole up, and as he was pulling up into that hole, Derek came over. And
it's been tight tonight. I mean, we have seen several near misses. That obviously ends up in a car or truck on the hook, but we've had several tonight that have been almost accidents, and it has just been.
So spin in qualifying and ends up 3rd. Qualifying continuing.
Looks like maybe David Starr in the 66. A little contact right there, just turns his car sideways down the front straightaway. Just, wow, right, really close there for Mills in the 5. Very lucky to miss.
We talk a lot.
Look at the rear tires off the ground.
Well, I was going to say, we talk a lot about the racetrack and keep it up and how great it looks. Remember, 10 years since a NASCAR race has been here, but softball all the way around this place, even on the front stretch, definitely helps this impact.
Not much I can say on that one. It's on me.
Forward, as long as you're right, bud.
Jake got up the racetrack and got into the 17 of Joe Graff. And you can make your own judgment on that one.
Well, if I'm in the 17, I'm driving into his left rear because I feel like he drove into my left rear. So I'm gonna get even.
Well,
that,
you know, it is easy to say that he didn't.
I'm not saying he didn't.
Well,
but yeah,
could have had no brakes. I mean,
something
honestly.
interesting there is I think that is what just broke the track bar.
Man, he takes a huge wreck. Here's your look, Junior.
Yeah. So the 18 sees what's happening in front of him and tries to run low off the track to avoid, you know, getting into anything that's happening in front of him, and just really doesn't give the guys below him a lot of room. So the 18 of Hemrick sees this, and he's thinking, I'm going to miss these guys. They're getting into each other, wrecking or something. So he cuts down the racetrack, and all this happens. Wow, that was a hard lick. Let's watch inside that 22. Let's ride along for that impact.
Watch him stacking up here up top. Watch him stacking. Coming low. Hold it straight. Here comes one more car.
This is with Haley.
Back up here. Check up right front. Go straight. Watch this 22. Stay low. Caution. They're both up the track racing hard, and then right here they get together. Watch this 22, and he gets clipped right here. Sends him up in front. Look at the flaps on the 20 car. That car was so close it blew the flaps up on the hood.
Two really violent hits into this front straightaway outside wall.
These two side by side. Sideways contact.
Spins down the track.
That brings out the 7th caution.
just like we saw with Allgaier and Busch, just the back of the car comes around and
he was okay.
Take anybody with him.
I think he was okay until the contact from the 11.
Yeah.
Sent him right around. I think he might have been able to save it. But Haley had nowhere to go, trying to go up the racetrack. Right into the right rear quarter panel.
Pretty big dent in that 11 left front. They might have to pit to work on that. I mean, there's so many cars in the lead lap, it's just so hard to recover. Although Josh Berry did it, he's all the way back up to 6th.
Yes.
Only 13 to go. Marty.
Hey, Rick, to answer the question, yes, all of these teams have an extra set of tires, and I see a number of teams scrambling here. Pit road is open this time. Looks like Noah Gregson will be certainly one of those that pits. He'll pit.
Caution has come out again.
Well, we got a car in the middle of
Landon Castle.
Landon's had contact with a wall down there. Middle of 1 and 2.
See the back of that car shortened up.
Maybe Sieg, who had his issues coming back to the field with his new tires. It's in the back of Landon Park.
Really a battle for second. Kyle with a good lead.
Oh, the 19's going to get into the side of the 7.
3 wide for second. Here comes Harrison Burton.
There's wrecking behind him. You see it. Down the back straightaway, Harrison Burton in second place.
The fight is on again as Allgaier coming up to his outside, but history is going to be made. Kyle Busch will win his 100th Xfinity Series race, and it happens at Nashville.
Great work this weekend. Appreciate it, NASCAR. Great job, buddy. How appropriate. 100 comes with a few Kyle Busch cautions at the end.
We got one. Quinn Hoff in the 00. He had some issues in qualifying, had contact with the, oh, we got a tire come off a car. Imagine it's off of his. Goodness, hard contact.
A lot of damage there to the 00 again. Quinn Hoff, 23-year-old out of Virginia.
So he had an issue in qualifying.
Knocked the right front tire off of it.
An issue, got in the fence. Not hard. We thought he'd be okay, but there's problems with his car getting down into turn 1 on the initial start of the race. That looks like a really, really hard hit.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened to the 00 because, as you pointed out, we had so much action at the front there. We're going to see, the tires already off, the car into the fence.
My gosh.
The AMR safety team to him immediately. He'll grab that right front. He's in the back.
Oh, man.
And then getting tight at the center as we have a car.
We got a crash off turn 2. Yeah, the 8. It's spun around. Coming off pit road. Yeah, how wide he is. Pushing as hard as he can. Loses the back of the car. And now he's like, oh, no, I'm in trouble. Look at all the dirt.
These green flag pit stops, you're just trying to carry as much speed through there as you can.
And it killed
keep
the
your track
engine.
position, yeah, and it just...
So it killed the engine and he had a hard time getting it going, but he's gone now.
Well, we know these tires have low grip when they're cold. We saw Brandon Jones in the Xfinity race literally spin out leaving pit road.
So they
Side and up into the fence, Blaney. Big hit for the 12.
Wow. I had mentioned he was a lap down. He was racing with the 37 for the free pass position.
Something blew out. The rotor blew out.
Hard to imagine it melted to bead, right? But
Something came off there.
Part right there.
Yep.
That looks like brake rotor, though, bouncing up against the wall.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So the rotor comes off, and that cuts the tire down.
And this team from, oh my gosh. This team from even before the race started had a terrible day. Had to pit to repair damage when he pulled up on the racetrack, and then didn't have brakes, and now ultimately part failure probably in that brake system ends their day.
Blaney's season, though.
Both of them. Oh, wow. Two separate situations.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. Wow.
So I wonder if the 77 didn't have a rotor or something come apart, and then the 17 run over it.
Something.
Chased him in there with the debris. It just seems odd that two go in at the same time.
That's a big implications for that 17 car, Chris Buescher. He came in here, you know, on that bubble to make the playoffs. He was the last driver in.
It's kind of been the story of Bubba's season, man. Running top 20s, even better at times, and something like this happens. Not sure if he had the flat tire that caused the spin or not, but they've had some problems, you know, in races and not been able to finish really, I think, where the speed and the potential is for this team just yet.
Ooh, that's scary. Scary going back up the track, isn't it, Jeff?
Ugh. Oh, we got a spinner behind.
Spinning in turn 2. And the 37's around Ryan Preece. Truck Series winner from Friday.
Got a right front tire.
He was running 23rd when he spun.
Smart move right there, not to drive it off the bank and onto that flat, tear the nose up.
Sideways right there.
Yeah, we're here when he lost brakes. So his corner entry speed, obviously quite a bit higher than he was hoping for. Did a nice job keeping it out of the wall. That's on the backstretch of 23 of Bubba Wallace.
Again back there. An issue.
A little bit right. Leader just off of 2.
Halfway down the back straightaway. What happened is 23's on the inside of somebody. Up off of turn 2. There were almost 3 wide, and I don't think Bubba knew that. McDowell on the inside of someone. So Bubba comes up off the corner and gets into the left rear of Michael, who was a little bit lower than Bubba. And
drove him getting into turn 1.
The 14's up the wall.
Briscoe.
Turn 3 and 4. Missed the corner, got into the fence.
And the caution comes out.
So that's 2 brake issues on the Stewart-Haas cars. We heard Harvick complain a little bit today about his